Welcome back everyone, my name is Crave. This is some more Europa Universalis 4, The Rights of Man, playing Aragon. And something I haven't talked about in the first video is another major change to the game, and I'm going to talk about it right now. That would be the idea of institutions. Institutions are the new mechanic for how technology spreads throughout the world. You still pay your monarch points to go up in research. You still have to use monarch points to buy your technology, but there are now institutions. There are 7 institutions in total with the base game, and the first one is feudalism. And feudalism basically means it appears in 1066. So that would be when the French or the Normans invaded England. And feudalism basically, well, it's feudalism. So over time, most societies develop a need for a common structure with stronger and more permanent institutions of government. After the fall of the Roman Empire, this need came to be filled by a number of institutions and customs that, taken together, are often considered to be part of the European feudal system. So feudalism is a very wide system and stuff. It's interesting read anyway. So feudalism starts off basically embraced by almost everyone in the world. I'm not sure where it doesn't actually have an origin point. That's interesting. So the main reason why the Bohemian Rhapsody campaign cannot be played on the new patch is the fact that the game is after 1600 with 0 institutions spawned, which is not helpful. As you can see here, the hordes do not have feudalism as their system. Well, they're hordes, so. The other institutions are the Renaissance, which will come around in Italy. That is a given. And it's pretty good. Once it will spread, every year that it is up, it adds 1% to the cost of technology. And unless you embrace it. If you embrace I'm itchy. No. Oh, just scratching that itch. Feels good. Anyway, so as long as an institution is embraced, it doesn't cost you tech penalty. So Renaissance will spread out from Italy, so we should be able to get it early. Then there's colonialism, which will probably be started in a province which has a lot of colonial interest with overseas expansion. So Portugal and Castile are very likely to get it. France and England less likely, but also can get it. But yeah, it's something. And then there's the printing press, which happens to have a very high chance of being discovered within a Protestant nation in Germany, because that is how Protestantism got its wildfire spread at some point. There's also global trade at some point, which would happen in a very rich trade node. And then later on, there's even manufactories and eventually the Enlightenment. So, and these are 50 years apart. So the first one, Renaissance, is 1415, then 1500, 1550, 1600, 1650, and 1700 is when they will be founded. And they will spread out. You can embrace them once you have a certain amount of autonomy. Have that specific institution, you can embrace it for a monetary cost, which will make it spread faster around your lands and will reduce you the tech cost. This also means that early game nations like Ming are actually buffed because they don't get as harsh a penalty. Normally, Ming gets, in the old versions, Ming gets a 160% tech cost for being in the Asian tech group. Right now, because they have embraced feudalism, Ming will have a 100% tech cost. But the more institutions spread, and most of them will pop up in Europe, because Europe is still where most of the innovation started in this era anyway. But because it has to spread from Europe outwards towards the rest of the world, it takes, at some point, countries like Ming will have an even worse time at it. What you can see here, by the way, in the mini-map is things where enemies are and stuff. Very cool to see, actually. I still do not have access through the Ottoman lands. So, while we are at war with Serbia, we cannot really do anything about them. And I am improving relations with the Ottomans just to make sure they are not too unhappy with us when the time comes. That because taking... I cannot see it right now because we are indeed improving relations. I can pause it with Spain for a little bit because they are back the fastest. As you can see, taking it all... War score wise, it is very easy to do. Aggressive expansion wise, the Ottomans wouldn't even care. Huh! I'm sorry, what? The Ottomans wouldn't even care? That is hilarious. Oh my god. The Ottomans wouldn't care for us taking land next to them that they will want? Huh. So it would be Byzantium, who won't exist. Serbia would hate us. Theodoro, Wallachia. And then Genoa, the Knights, and Venice. I don't think that is too big a coalition to deal with in the early game at all. If it even gets to be a big enough coalition at all. Anyway, let's improve relations with Naples, because we do want to keep them around. I know I was improving with Castile, but that is currently not looking too good. Which is not good for us in the long run. Then again, France does have enemies in... Oh, why would you go and... Oh man, rival us and Austria and France? Burgundy has us rivaled. Yeah, so Burgundy hates us. Castile doesn't. Hungary doesn't hate us. They're usually pretty strong in the early game. Denmark would also be a pretty decent candidate for an early alliance, simply because the fact is they have the armies of Sweden and Norway. If they don't get into the independent stuff too early on, really. But yeah, this is looking great. We have won the siege of Constantinople already. Our ships are under attack. We should be able to take them out. Sort of. I hope I don't lose any ships though. It seems to be fine. Yeah, they get wrecked, we don't. Well, damnation. They lost quite a few ships, and we gained 2 galleys. Oh no, 2 transport ships. That is actually quite nice. Wow, Genoa is building up its trade league heavily. Okay, no, they... Yeah, our king is joined up. France is also the papal controller now. And we can still have quite a bit more relations with the Ottomans as well. It's 50. Oh, they're actually leaving. Okay. Sure, why not then? Then I'm gonna come in. Kosovo is a gold province. Here we go. Hello. The War of the Roses have already fired. Almost maxed out with the Ottomans, which I do enjoy. We are making a good amount of money. We control Zeta. We are killing some more ships. Let's siege down Kosovo. Morale hit when losing a ship, minus 10%. Our admiral now has a trait for his fights. Our king does not have a trait, but he's our king. Okay, let's recall from the Ottomans. We are at 30 relations now. We should maybe have gotten this earlier. We have 0 inflation. I will take the yearly prestige. And we could use better relations over time, which will make reducing the aggressive expansion that much easier. And because that's the only one really available, morale of armies. Should have maybe gotten them earlier, but that's fine for now. This is a big fortress. They have 8 troops. They have 5 fire. Oh. If that is it. Oh, hello, Naples. Thank you for joining us over here now. Let's see. Byzantium wants out. Of course they do. I'll see what I can do about getting a separate peace with Serbia first. I'll just wreck their armies first. We still have some manpower. See, we didn't even lose that many. Naples, you're doing a swell job. Going over to Nice. Gain the prestige is right now quite nice. And we're making enough money to not need the money. So there's that. So yeah, I'm gonna transfer you to Naples. And let's see what would happen. Hey, hang on. Oh, right, those. I would have to separate peace out Serbia for Zeta. Between 1 and 10, that is nothing. We did get some starting aggressive expansion. That is true, so that might actually have reduced enough once. Very good. Castilian noble rebels, I think they made peace. Yeah, they did. England was in it as well. Doesn't appear that Castile lost anything more but Navarra right now. And we have enough relations with the Pope. Conquer Corsica. Would like to do it. Well, maybe an alliance with Castile is actually pretty fine right now. They're hostile towards us despite the plus 72. Let's keep improving relations then. So yeah, Serbia. Let's see. Let's go back from Naples for now. Don't need him to be in Naples all the time, so. Diplomacy, sue for peace. We're not willing to give up because we don't actually have the fort of Sabridja. And they're too big to become a vassal. Okay. Things you did not expect. Let's get that first military technology. Now we are probably the strongest army in the world. Navarra is claiming stuff on us? Hang on, you are in a union under France. Quarantine the port. I hate that event. Influenza. Basically the flu. We have force limit of it. Ah, hello. Yes, please, Castile. Decline the merchant class. Let's decline that peace deal for now. Let's go up to our force limit in forces. Oh, we got a bad roll. We got the we lose troops roll. The disease outbreak. It's a really sad roll. Bad roll. I can actually have another ship, so I'm very keen to build a galley. We're going to be going with a lot of light ships in this campaign, because our first goal towards getting the Roman Empire is to, of course, control the Mediterranean at its maximum. So taking the small island nations is our first goal. So Corsica, it's not an island nation, it's part of Genoa, but you get what I mean. Corfu, and the areas that Venice controls over here, as well as Naxos and Schio, apparently also Genoa and Cyprus. The next ones will, of course, be Last Jousting Tournament. I will gladly take that for 20 years. Let's send our first troops home and let's get these guys actually repaired. Might be useful too. No, I get Castile, 15. Oh, Enrique is already the king. Queen Catalina, the queen. Hang on a minute. There's a queen in charge. Now that... Oh, our wife has died. The queen consort. Getting a royal marriage is a chance of regaining that, by the way. Get on the ships. Ships set sail for Vale in Valencia. I mean, France doesn't have a military fort yet. So right now our armies can beat theirs up. Just our manpower won't hold on as long. This is why I'm allying... There we go. Allying Austria. I should actually improve relations with them as well. Get that very high. So let's talk with them. Between 1 and 10, that's all we get. So get some money out of it. Make them pay us more money over the time. Montenegro is fine. That's all fine. I want you to keep your alliance with Bosnia. I'm going to send this demand. Victory, the War of Aragonese Aggression. Serbian casualties 9,000. Attacker casualties. This is including... Wow, that's actually quite a lot of... to attrition. We lost more to attrition than to actual combat. Oh, this is actually better. Huh. No. No. Do not move to Zeta, because that will unflag ourselves. Maybe we'll get stuck in Austria. I'm not sure. But this is fine. Now let's see what we get for taking everything else. 37.8. If we wait at least one tick, then Genoa and the Knights wouldn't be as pissed off. So, one tick as in wait until it's December. Well, January, I should say. How fast is that going down with them? 2.7. 2.7. We'd actually have to wait 2 years. I think. If we want to have no chance of these guys joining in. Well, our army is making it back, which is perfect. France and Savoy. Well, Genoa, you have chosen a wise path over there. Annoyingly so. These two, by the way, you can join up with the rest of the fleet again. You are still repairing? Yeah, you are actually still repairing. Probably one of the ones we stole from Byzantium, because they were almost ruined. Probably. Possibility. There we go. The Renaissance pops recall from... Since the 14th century, the wealthy and powerful in the Italian city-states have been patronizing artists and scholars willing to explore the old Roman and Greek societies of their forefathers. As a cultural movement, the Renaissance already encompasses most of the region and has had a profound impact on literature, art, philosophy, and music. Humanist scholars are also analyzing the society in which they live, comparing it to the ideals of the classical philosophers. At the turn of the 1450 Renaissance, humanism has grown into a more mature movement, ready to permeate all aspects of society. A new ideal for rulers as well as those who are ruled is spreading as quickly as the early printers can distribute copies of these new ideas. A true Renaissance humanist is an expert on everything from politics and philosophy to art, textual analyses, music and architecture. The Renaissance is now ready to reshape the world to better fit its classical ideas. Countries that have not yet fully embraced the Renaissance institution will receive an increase in technology cost penalty of 1% per year up to at most 50%. So, and I do believe there is a Renaissance or a institution map mode. I would like to have that. Why would I put it there? I think I'm going to put it here instead. Institutions. There it is. It has started in Ferrara. See, Ferrara is the birthplace of the Renaissance. And it is already spreading in our lands at a rate of very slow. So European 10 development province gets a bonus. We get a spread modifier of 20% because part of a state and port. Nearby friendly province has Renaissance and goes up faster. Adjacent province has Renaissance, 0.30. European 5 development province post 1500 gets a big boost. And just in general, 20% 20 development, European province gets a big boost. So it is now January, it is time to look at the peace deal with them. Genoa Knights, yeah, that would be reduced in a year. Serbia won't be able to join, Byzantium won't exist. So that would be Venice, Genoa, and the Knights. And Wallachia and Theodora are very far away. And let's send the demand. We lost quite a few troops, so did they. They only lost it to combat, though. And I will start coring most of these. Aragonese Maria, we own Constantinople of all places. I will increase autonomy because I don't want to deal with the unrest over there, sadly. There's that. And of course, years of separatism is 5 less, so that's helpful. Okay, so Alsace and Bavaria want to hire people. Yeah, the Ottomans now hate me tremendously. But we just allied Castile. And I will mothball forts. Foreign contacts, we get some bonus there. Become one of the great powers. This is also a new thing. There are now great powers in the world. And we are apparently now a great power because we have 295 development from taking it from Byzantium. And the Ottomans will hate me. They will definitely hate me. They have rivaled Austria already, which is actually fortuitous to us. And we do have room for more, yes. We do have room to get Hungary as well into an alliance. And since they're allied with Austria, that makes it a pretty good group of people to stick together. Castilian Civil War. Once again, the Castilian crown has been disputed succession and it seems the country is now on the brink of civil war. One of the candidates sent to us for help. To lose 2,000 manpower, Castile's opinion of Aragon changed. Aragon's opinion of Castile changed. Let's support this claimant. Let's do the royal marriage with Hungary as well. This early in the game, the Ottomans are weak in comparison to other nations. This is why now was already the time to strike. Let's raise Provence's opinion of us. We could ally them, but we don't have any more diplomatic slots available anymore. There are some places where there are quite a few. It's probably because of overextension, as well as war exhaustion. I'll reduce that once. Yeah, overextension needs to drop. Also, we need to do one more core. Where are they nowadays? I don't even know. I could just... It is here. Oh. This option is available because we are well connected. A skill to artist. So we currently have... That would be stability cost modifier. Who would cost us 1.7 a month. Yeah, I can't afford that, so we're just gonna go with the prestige. I do need to core Achaea. Oh, right. I should have reduced war exhaustion before and then started the cores. Anyway, it is time to end this episode. I would like to thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date in the future. And I'll see you guys later.